we share.
Good evening. I'd like to call the Blair Township Board of Trustee regular meeting to order on June 11th at 6 p.m. Everybody would stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's just do a roll call and then we'll skip back to the ceremony.
Fitzpatrick.
Here.
Zeitz.
Here.
Fleece.
Present.
Wolfgang here. Kuchera.
Here.
Blonshine.
Here.
Campbell.
Here.
What's your face? All right, we're gonna back up to opening ceremonies. Is Eric here?
No, I'm reading this.
Oh, I was gonna say, is he all right?
Yeah,
He chickened out, right?
pretty much.
Hold on. We have a special appreciation ceremony that's gonna take place. It won't be long, but this is the first time something like this has happened. It's really cool, it's really special, and it's very heartfelt. I'm speaking to our emergency services people that are sitting here in the audience. We love you guys. Take it away, boys.
I'm Grant Johnson, for anybody that doesn't know me. I'm going to be reading the speech that Eric Samsel wrote. He went on a call because, as we all know, just because you have something planned doesn't mean that the EMS gods are going to allow you to do it. And I'm going to read it verbatim from Eric. Good evening, everyone. Everybody here is aware of my strong ability of public speaking, so my apologies, but I will be reading off script for this important recognition. For many years, the profession of emergency services has had the attitude of suck it up, it's part of the job, it is what we do, after we've had a bad or difficult call. Recent years, there is finally the awareness of what we do is not normal, what we see is not normal, and PTSD is being recognized in emergency services as it has been in the military. Here at Blair Township, with the continued support of the Blair Township Board of Trustees, we recognize this. We are the first agency in the region to host the Career Survival Class and to make backing the badge available to our employees. Our crews experience many bad or difficult calls. What they see, the life they couldn't save no matter how hard they tried, the burning house at Christmas time that they could not extinguish, despite all their efforts. With that said, it is also important for us all to recognize our crew's efforts that have a positive outcome. In recent months, Blair Township Emergency Services has been involved with several high acuity calls, and our staff has exceeded in showing their dedication, quality performance, and professionalism while representing Blair Township. First, I would like to recognize the efforts of some people that exceed in the normal day-to-day business aspects of our service. Chief Bill Parker. Chief Parker has been at Blair Township for about a year and a half. In his short tenure with us, he has brought many positive changes to the fire department. Chief Parker has dramatically improved our community risk reduction and improved our public relations with such things as the fabulous 911 ceremony hosted at Blair Township. Chief Parker represents Blair Township as a board member with the Regional Training Center that is located in Blair Township. Chief Parker represents Blair Township Emergency Services in many meetings, Central Board, Chiefs, and LEPC meetings, to name a few. Chief Parker takes his job to heart and responds to almost every major incident Blair Township Emergency Services responds to, no matter the time of day, night, or day of the week. EMS Coordinator Grant Johnson. Grant Johnson has been a full-time paramedic firefighter with Blair Township since 2006. Within the past year, Grant moved into the EMS Coordinator position. Grant came into the position during a time of employee frustration with our documentation software and what seemed to be a never-ending changes in documentation requirements handed down from the state of Michigan. While continuing his unappreciated responsibility of QA, which is ensuring consistent and quality documentation within our organization, he kept to the grindstone and configured our documentation software to be compliant with the new state requirements while meeting our crew's satisfaction. Grant has also been a key player in our education. We have provided education to our employees with Skills Day, ACLS, and PALS recertification at Blair Township. Our first time ever, and we are having very positive outcomes and employee feedback. When these two gentlemen hired into their positions respectively, I sat with each of them at the time. I explained to them that my expectations were for them to continue making Blair Township Emergency Services a leader in our profession and a respected department all around Northern Michigan. Our Township Board of Trustees and our residents should be proud of our Emergency Services Department that these two gentlemen continue to guide because they certainly are meeting my expectations. A couple of part-time employees that step up and go above and beyond. Justin Runyon. Is he here today?
He's on a call.
Justin has been a part-time paramedic firefighter with Blair Township Emergency Services since 2015. Residing in Buckley and a member of Buckley Fire and Rescue, it's like he has been part of our team for many years. Justin Buckley, as a part-time employee, goes above and beyond, and as he has committed the extra time and effort with successful grant writing for our services. In a period of 1 year's time, Blair Township Emergency Services has been awarded well over $20,000. These grant awards have allowed us to increase the number of inspectors, stock an MCI unit, and outfit each of our apparatus with iPads and new software. Matt Sterling. Matt has been a part-time paramedic firefighter with Blair Township Emergency Services since 2006, previously residing in Grand Traverse County and continues to own a vacation property here. Matt continues to show his dedication to our service. Matt, from a distance, is our instructor coordinator, submitting for continuing education credits for the state of Michigan for any of our trainings. Matt works closely with Grant Johnson, scheduling medical trainings such as our skills day and other medical trainings. Matt makes it possible to host our own ACLS and PALS recertification classes for our employees here at Blair Township. And now I will present our EMS recognitions. The first one, these are just examples of things that started out and ended up being rather unusual. There's one particular name that seems to be associated with all of them, and we'll see who that is. In November of 2018, paramedic firefighter Amy Wiggins was dispatched for a childbirth happening on the side of the road. She was updated that the child had been born and they were currently in the vehicle. This was an ALS intercept, and the BLS agency did not respond for whatever reason. So they had to call for our staff to come down so she could transport this patient. The other people involved were Curtis Walters and Eric Darling, who is on the other call that we're having right now. And the lady gave birth to a healthy baby girl. This was in the middle of, or in November, when it's nice and cold out, and we're worried about keeping these babies warm, making sure nothing's going wrong with mom, and she did an excellent job at it.
Did she name it Amy?
Huh?
Did she name her baby Amy?
No, I asked.
Maybe the middle name.
I was hoping, but I don't think so.
March of 2019, Amy Wiggins again was dispatched to Buckley for a woman in labor. This woman had a history of substance abuse and had no prenatal care. And when you have a patient that has had no prenatal care, anything can happen. You don't know what could be going on with that baby. It could be perfectly healthy, or it could be terribly, terribly deformed. She recognized the imminent delivery and had everybody pull over, and they delivered the baby in the ambulance on the side of the road. And fortunately, baby came out okay. And I was actually able to give Amy the first stork pin that I've ever handed out. Stork pin is a tradition with EMS. You don't get one for her first call where you're at cleanup. You have to actually catch a baby. And in that case, she actually got her stork pin for that. And it was a baby boy.
His name wasn't Amy.
I was
Amy.
Most recently, or more recently, the second week of May, paramedics Dan Kreft, Amy Wiggins, and Captain Tolman were called to Phillips Lifestyle for a chest pain. The patient had convinced his wife to drive him to Munson Medical Center, realized that something really bad was going on, and so they pulled over at Phillips Lifestyle. When the patient got on, or when the crew got on scene, the patient was awake and alert, and then went into cardiac arrest in front of them. They rapidly extricated the patient, placed him on the cot, got him in the back of the ambulance, and started high-quality CPR immediately. He was defibrillated 2 times. They administered the appropriate medications. They defibrillated him 1 more time, and then defibrillated him again as they were wheeling him into the emergency department. This patient wound up going to the cardiac cath lab and was discharged neurologically intact with a 45% ejection fraction, which, all things considered, is a very good outcome. So they did a great job on that. And then 8 days later, Captain Darling, Captain Allman, paramedic Wiggins, and paramedic Mike Sheets were dispatched to Rico's for a possible seizure. And those of us in EMS know that sometimes people have small seizures before they go into cardiac arrest. And that's exactly what happened. Fortunately, this person was with a former member of the fire department who had experience in performing CPR and recognizing the signs and symptoms of cardiac arrest. High-quality CPR was started on this gentleman prior to our arrival, and on our arrival, they were able to defibrillate him twice. I believe he woke up before they even got to the hospital, and giving him the appropriate medications, where he wound up being discharged, and he is with us here today, and his name is Bill Denniston. Bill, did you want to say a few words?
Want me to say something?
Absolutely, come on up.
I didn't write out anything, so you'll have to bear with me. On the 17th of last month, a good friend of mine, Joe Lambert, who actually worked at this facility, had moved down to Chicago to come up, and he wanted to know if I wanted to go to breakfast. So I hadn't seen Joe for about 5 months. I said, yeah. So we go over to Rico's, and I was talking to him about his son, Mikey. And he had his head down, stirring his coffee. He said, I'm a jokester. So he thought I was joking around with him. I just stopped saying anything in mid-sentence. He looked up and he told me, this is what I was told. I was slumped over the table on my way to the floor. Joe and another gentleman grabbed me. The people in Rico's that worked there pulled tables and chairs completely out of the way, opened up a wide aisle. Apparently I needed it. And Joe kept working on me, and within 5 minutes, from my understanding, your EMS showed up. And I was told I got zapped twice. And the first thing I remember, or last thing I remember rather, is putting two little shots of cream in my coffee. And the next thing I remember is being the roller cart, or whatever you want to call it, that they slammed me in the ambulance with. When it slammed into the locks, I came around. And I opened one eye, and the whole world was spinning. And there was this beautiful lady standing over me saying, "You're okay, we got you back, you're on the way to the hospital." And I thought 2 things. I said, first of all, an old man doesn't have a beautiful young lady hang over him very often, so this is good. And the second thing I thought of is, where's my coffee? And they got me to the hospital, and according to the doctors at the hospital, the work that they'd done in the ambulance saved me. And I cannot say enough great and wonderful things about your EMS. I came over and thanked them after I got to the hospital, and left some chocolate goodies, and I understand Amy ate them all.
That's what my pants are doing.
And that's another thank you, and I'm not trying to do look at me thing, but I'm a veteran, and everybody remembers the veterans on Memorial Day. Very few people remember your EMS and emergency people. So I brought over some goodies and some orange juice so they could have at least something on Memorial Day. But the only thing I can tell you is that if any of you ever think about cutting your funding to your fire department, your EMS, if you do that, they won't find your body. And I want to thank you again, all of you, for saving my life. Because in reality, according to my friend, I was dead. I was about 2 steps out the door, and Amy and your group brought me back, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you, Amy.
Thank you.
The list of runs that I mentioned earlier are just examples of what we do every day as part of our job. Staff is often challenged with not always enough help There's a good picture out there showing an emergency department where they're doing CPR and there's literally 12 people in the room. In EMS, we do it with 2 or 3. We do the same thing. We provide the exact same treatment. We can have crazy sleep schedules. The stress of the calls can be overwhelming at times. Unfortunately, with the backing of the badge, we have means to take care of any stresses that we may have. And the additional duties and things that our members are willing to take on has really helped out and streamlined our department. As mentioned in Eric's speech, we do have a reputation in the Northern Michigan area for being a pretty good fire department, good EMS agency. We are very progressive. We try and stay ahead of the curve. If something new comes out, we want to check it out. We want to see if it's going to be beneficial to our residents and the people that we serve. We recently purchased ultrasounds, thanks to the board, and we will be putting those in service probably in August when we are able to be trained on them. We'll be able to be to check for internal bleeding. We'll be able to check for cardiac standstill, collapsed lungs, and things like that. We were the first agency in the area to have Lucas devices, the automatic compression devices that make it possible for us to work a cardiac arrest with just 2 people. We were the first to have IV warmers in the area. Our paramedics are very good because we also have to do intercepts over long distances. We go down, we have been down as far south as south of 55 with MESIC to come back up to Munson. And when you have a critical patient, that can be very challenging, and every one of our staff is superior in their skills and I know can take care of. These paramedics, every paramedic that starts here, we always tell them, please, if you need help, call the station, get a second pair of hands. And there's never any teasing or bad things said about someone when I know that if Amy or Curtis call me for help, they need it and they need it bad, and I probably would have needed it as well. So we all support each other as well doing that. Our staff do things such as call for STEMI alerts, which is the heart attack, the active heart attack. We stay with the patient until they actually go to the cath lab. They stay on our cot, they stay on our monitor, they stay in our care until they go up to the cath lab. We do stroke alerts. We recognize the signs of a stroke and alert Munson as soon as we can so they can provide the necessary treatment. And we even, on occasion, are able to do sepsis alerts, which seemed to be kind of cropped up a couple of years ago, that was killing a lot of people. We were the first, and as far as I know, the only agency that still uses lactate meters, which helps you diagnose for sepsis. And the future is just going to be whatever we can find that we think will benefit our residents, whatever will benefit us, and benefit all the people that we serve.
Grant, how about the first to be in the ALS department?
Yes, as well, first to be ALS. And like as Nicole describes it, we weren't a fire agency that took over EMS, we were an EMS agency that took over fire. So, my presentation is done, and now I give you guys Chief Bill Parker for fire recognition.
As Grant said, it's been a busy couple weeks, a couple months, on not just the EMS side, but also on the fire side. So there's 4 events that have happened during that same time frame that we're going to recognize some people for. The first was a fire on April 3rd at Doug's Underground over on 37. The crews quickly responded within 5 minutes to find a fire up in the attic above the workshop. On that call was Captain Scott Allman, Daryl Case, Tim Gahart, Dan Kraft, Justin Runyon, and Captain Tallman. Their quick actions got the fire out using our K-12 to cut a hole in the side of the building to get very expensive equipment for digging underground outside of that warehouse, plus all their office area. All the equipment, stuff was saved, and with that was very quick actions to get that fire out above Doug's Underground. Then on April 28th in the afternoon was our first MABUS activation. I never thought that I'd bring MABUS to you guys and request that you guys approve that, but exactly what happened is why MABUS was in effect. With that was the fire over on Carlin Road in the Wildlands. At the end, it was 140 acres had burned. That involved having 18 different departments from around the region respond, which involved over 80 staff members responding to that fire. That was a great collaboration. It was all woods burning, so it was a great test of our first MABUS activation pretty much in the region. And as many people saw around here, this became a second staging point for apparatus we didn't need at the scene. And we had for apparatus from all the way from Northport here at this station to provide coverage while the rest of us were tied up on that incident. The next one was the next day, April 29th. Metro had a fire up on Silver Lake Road. They requested us to respond to assist them. The crews responded within 4 minutes and were on scene. That was a different fire. It wasn't a fire, it was 3 fires. The wind was blowing in off of the lake, which caused that building to torch up and catch 2 other buildings on fire. Our crew was assigned to the building to the south, which was a residence, and the quick actions of Dan Kraft, Captain Tallman, and Darren Mansfield, that building had very minimal damage to it on their actions of keeping the fire down. With that was kind of interesting though. Members that responded off duty to come back: Greg Johnson, Mike Sheets, Captain Tallman, Brett Repnell, Robbie, Curtis Walters, and Amy Wiggins. We had quite a few members on that fire to assist, and like I said, it was very complicated with the wind-driven fire that was. Again, to save property with our neighbors. Not too few days later, on May 4th, in the morning, there was a structure fire called on West Mobile Trail. Crews responded quickly, but again, this wasn't our normal fire. The fire had progressed, and the power lines had come down across the 3 fences the fences surrounding that the trailer there. Crews had to think outside the box to try to access that fire. Those crews were Amy Wiggins, Captain Tallman, Robbie, Captain Allman, and Brett Repnell.
Did you say Robbie's last name?
Oh, no. You noticed that. You were supposed to catch that.
Just like it reads.
So, responded quickly. Like I said, that wasn't normal. You couldn't access it from 3 sides. They had to go through a wooden fence to get access to that fire. Again, responding greatly and appropriately. And as Grant mentioned, the staff does something daily to this, and we are respected in the region for the department that we have. And we thank the board for it wouldn't be possible without your guys' decisions for those. So with that, of the staff that I mentioned, we'd like to have all of them come up and receive a certificate of outstanding service that reads, "In honor of your outstanding performance and dedication, we gladly present our employees," which with your name, "with a certificate of recognition for your high quality, high standards of excellent service. Blair Township's Emergency Services," signed by Director Samsel and the Township Supervisor. With that, I'll also mention that Director Samsel, during all those events, stayed back here to cover and was also very active so we could get as much staff as we could to the emergency scene that was going on. He actually has handled several calls by himself or with other people for those calls, so we thank him for that. So the staff here can come forward and receive these.
Really? I know, right?
What?
Let's take anyone's.
Let's act like it's appropriate and look at the right side.
We'll finish with the rest of Director Samsel's speech. This management feels strongly it is important to recognize our employees when they perform their duties well and have a positive outcome to go above and beyond. We will do our best to keep track of these events and move forward with the earned recognitions. Previously stated, Blair Township Emergency Services has been recently involved with numerous high acuity calls with great outcomes. I don't know if you noticed, the majority of our employees have been recognized as they have earned it. What also needs to be recognized are the extra responsibilities our employee group takes on willingly behind the scenes. We have an elite group of people that all pitch in and make the normal day-to-day business happen: supply ordering, vehicle maintenance, billing QA, community risk reduction, PR, and many extra tasks each of these employees contribute to the service when they are not performing the life-saving or property protection measures. They all pitch in and contribute above and beyond to make this a great service. We've learned the way we carry with too many bad memories overburden the people who work in this profession. One way to lighten that load is to talk about it, or tonight we are hopefully providing several good thoughts and memories to counterbalance the bad. The service appreciates its employees and the commitment they have to Blair Township and its residents and business owners. Thank you for your time this evening.
That was great. I hope you guys truly know. I'm not even talking. No,
Thank you all so much. Yeah, everybody, thank you. More chocolate would help.
Brief public input. Anybody from the public like to address the board? Statement? Approval of the agenda.
I move to approve the agenda as presented.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve the agenda. Is there any discussion? I just have one question. Were we going to talk about deputy clerk?
Oh, yeah.
Um,
All right, I'll make a motion.
Okay.
I move to approve the agenda with the addition of discussion regarding deputy clerk position added as item U in our new business.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve the agenda with the addition of item U, deputy clerk position under new business. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Declaration of conflict of interest. Is there any board member that has a conflict with anything that's on the agenda tonight? Okay. Presentation and special report. Grand Traverse County Commissioners report. Hi, Don.
Good evening. I'm Ron Klaus, one of your commissioners. At the board last week, we had the administrator's evaluation, which he came out with very high grades, and he is proven to have been the right choice for administrator. So I'm glad I was part of that hire. He's proven to be a good part for the county, continue to be a good part of the county. This coming meeting on the, I think it's a week from tomorrow, the drain commissioner is going to be there to give his report, his annual report. He's also expected to give a report on the Cass Road drain. And I'll go back in years, in 2015, I don't know if any of the board remembers when there was the drain districts were being proposed by the road commission.
Mhm.
There was one in South, that was gonna encompass South Creek subdivision in that area. It was denied at the first meeting here because it wasn't proven to be a need. The Cass Road drain that has been, that was approved because of the flooding on Cass Road has been in progress since that time. It's been expanded because of that request from the road commission. They're currently, it's closer to $1 million than $800,000 that has been spent in strictly engineering. of that drain. I've worked with Steve Largent, the drain commissioner, this spring. He got equipment in there and cleaned out the original drain. The retention pond that is the part of the controlling aspect of the drain, it's, then there's an outlet from there that goes into Miller Creek. That was, needed to be maintained, but since then, the water level's down probably 15 inches in that pond.
Ron, where's that drain located?
That drain is located west of Cass Road, behind that cold storage
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
area, right in there, from Miller Creek
Yep.
towards South Airport Road. So, at this point, they still haven't gone out for bid yet, but there is close to $1 million worth of costs that the drain district, the people in that district are gonna be paying for close to 75% of that cost.
How many people are in that district?
I'm not for certain, but it goes up to, it includes Olson's Buffalo Farm on Old M37, the one that
Yeah.
heads up in that direction. And once they get their quotes back, they're expecting that it's gonna be roughly a $5 million project. So I just bring that to the board here, pay attention to it. I wouldn't want to see Blair Township get caught up in that. And it's my opinion, but it's more of a road project than a drain project. So hopefully we'll have more information from the drain commissioner next Wednesday. But I would just keep your ear to the wind. Then we have an ethics committee. We're reviewing the ethics policy for the county. That's gonna meet on June 26th at the county building at 9 in the morning, up on the 3rd floor. And at that last meeting we had, it was agreed to, prior to the last meeting, it was suggested that there would be a, trying to think, the disclosure statement for all, everybody that works for the county. It was because that's an ethics policy for the employees and elected officials. And to have a disclosure statement filled out yearly seems a little much to me, but the 3 committee members agreed to eliminate it. So that won't be on. But if anybody wants to partake in the discussion, it'll be on the 26th. And then we are continuing to get public comment at our meetings that amount to, the most of it amounts to that people can't make it at that time because it's too early in the morning. So I went through and I counted up our public comments from 2018, where we had our meetings at 5:30 in the afternoon or 6 o'clock. We had less than 3 public comments per meeting. So far this year, we've had 10 comments, public comments per meeting. So we're obviously, people are able to get there to voice their concerns.
But it's generally the same 8 people who get up with the same comment, and that's to complain about the time of the meeting. I mean, I watch you guys' meeting.
And which are not, when you go through the past meetings, they didn't show up to make comment
Right,
as regular.
right.
And some never at the past meetings, but some did, but, so. Any questions? Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Thanks, Ron.
Matt Karczewski, Grand Traverse Sheriff's Office, here with the Blair Township Community Police Report for May 2019. No township statistics still. My personal stats: arrests 4, citations 25, and I worked some seatbelt overtime grant through the state, so that's why that's so high. Complaints 76, which is a big jump from 57. Warrants attained 2. Things I forgot, it's not on here. I did the Blair Elementary School Fun Festival with Amy, of course. We had a fun time. We didn't go in the dunk tank, though. Everybody wanted us to. We didn't. I also attended Northern Estates Neighborhood Association meeting with Lynette and did like a question and answer, and it's always fun. I've been to 2 of those, and I enjoy them. I put this in here on May 11th, which was the weekend, Saturday. I went to homes with the mom and a boyfriend were fighting and throwing some stuff around, and so I was just there to calm things down. And I noticed this 15-year-old boy, he kept like lingering everywhere I went, and I finally got the sense that he wanted to speak to me. So I finally just said, "Hey, you all right? Everything going good? Do you need anything?" And he immediately started crying and stuff, and he's real, he's a thin, pale young man. And he said, "Hey, my mom's not feeding me and my siblings." So it was kind of a sad call, but I just wanted to bring that to your attention that, there's still a lot of that in our township, I think. I know they get free meals at Blair and other schools, but this was the weekend, so I called CPS and we got them to help them, got them a new fridge. They're getting a dumpster there soon to get all the garbage. And while we were waiting for CPS, I went and got them McDonald's. And I think they got them, they gave them more money cards to buy stuff, and so helped out that situation a little bit. Their fridge only froze, so the food that was mostly rotten anyways, and the milk, it was all just frozen, so you can't consume any of it. So, and there was just a half pound of meat that looked edible to me, and noodles, when CPS and I went and looked through the house and everything. So. And I don't want you to think the mom is, a real bad person. She's going through some things, some depression, some issues mentally. So, just that. So yeah, CPS is going to help them out, hopefully, for a long time. And they have a very hard job. I should say that. I don't mean to talk a long time about this, but I was in the trailer park last week because somebody called about an autistic child where there was all kind of issues, and he was wandering around, and I called CPS again, and they said, "We have all the paperwork. Judge will give us this child. We want to take him from these parents, but there is nobody that will take him. So there's no foster home. They want to remove him from the home. He's in a terrible situation, but there's nobody to take him. So he has to stay there." So a sad situation as well. On to new things. There's an embezzlement I handled on the 13th. $2,000 of a family affair employee. Usually I just handle retail frauds there, but one of their employees over a long period of months was just taking a lot of things, including gasoline. So she said that she was going to pay for it all, just not sure when, but that doesn't really work. So any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Matt.
Andy?
Andy Mark, Grand Traverse County Road Commission. If you haven't noticed, we're kind of busy. And so is MDOT and Elmer's and anyone else who does road construction. So we're fixing roads and hopefully they're gonna be good for a long time. Elmer's does a great job, so they get most of our work. East-West Mobility Corridor Study, we've got our report. It's a lot of work. We're gonna be looking it over, we're gonna be talking about it, we're gonna do a work session the 12th, tomorrow. Look it over, talk about what some of the options are gonna be, how we can move forward with some of the short-term, mid-term, and long-term options that were given to us, what we want to do, what we want to put on the back burner for now. There's a lot of stuff we got to look at, and we got to make the decision how to spend the taxpayers' money.
tomorrow night?
I thought it was.
Tomorrow night?
I'm drawing a blank, because my calendar doesn't have anything for tomorrow. As I said, the 12th, but that's tomorrow.
Okay.
That may have been canceled. There was a meeting that was canceled. I just remember from the sheet I read last night. I don't have it with me today. The 12th was the meeting scheduled.
Okay.
Commissioner Klaus brought up a good point. We did ask for the drain commissioners or drain commissioner to look at several different drains to be created or to be looked at, or at the Cash Road drain to be maintained. We have only so much jurisdiction that is the road right of way. If things are coming into the road right of way, the drain code offers us an opportunity to see if that can be taken care of through the drain code. The drain commissioner is an elected position. We have to trust that they're gonna do the best that they can. With the resources, Commissioner Klaus has brought up several deficiencies between the two different drain commissioners, lack of communication, the different engineering firms have been used, the different studies that have been done. And it sounds like it could have just been as easily as getting some equipment in and emptying the pond. So, gotta be careful when we're looking at some of our elected officials or people that are running for the positions, that they're gonna actually do what we're electing them to do. We wanna make sure our roads are protected, we wanna make sure that there's no other issues being provided, or being water runoff from other people's property as well, that are creating issues for our infrastructure. So that's why we went to the drain commissioner, went through the drain code to do that. Some were approved, some were found not to be necessary, but we had steps that we had to take to try to protect our assets. That's why those were brought up. It wasn't just the road commission went, let's spend $1 million. We want to make sure that we're protecting the assets that we have. Road construction. And East-West Mobility Corridor Study is going to be a big topic of discussion for us for a period of time here while we try to figure out what the best next steps are to actually take. Questions, concerns, comments?
East Duck Lake Road,
Yes,
when they gonna finish it?
sometime.
Okay.
The contractors are in the area doing chip seal, doing different stuff. I don't know if they're gonna wait until after we do the bridge.
See, that's what a couple guys asked me, and I said the same thing. I said, well, maybe they're waiting until the bridge is done and then go through and do the whole thing. But
I've seen the project list and I've seen the months that it's gonna be within. I just don't remember what the Duck Lake Road chip seal is they're gonna do and what the bridge
Okay.
that they're putting in there is gonna be. I don't remember those times, I'm sorry. I'd hate to guess and give you the wrong information.
All right.
Like the meeting tomorrow, which may not be.
I'll forgive you.
Anything else? All right, thank you. Thank you.
I haven't seen any.
Brian sent the email, just an update on what's going on. I put a copy of it at everybody's.
Thank you.
You're up. You want to talk?
Not really.
Oh, that's
Really?
You guys got any questions?
Yeah, what do you do today?
Well, where do I start? I am tired. We've been outside all day flushing fire hydrants. Yes.
I don't really have any questions. I just have a huge public thank you to
Thank
you
you.
and Ryan
Thank you.
for all of your work up at the iron removal treatment facility and coordination between contractors and subcontractors and DEQ and engineers and myself and
Thank you.
all the training hours that
Yeah.
you guys received and then taught me. I really appreciate it. I don't know, seriously, that we would be where we're at right now. You hadn't been on site all the
Thank you.
time.
Thank you, appreciate it. And thank you for being interested.
Yeah.
So, oh, and the scale got calibrated today. RS technical, Phil was there. The sensor was upside down.
Oh.
It was installed backwards.
At least it was an easy fix.
Yes, it was. So other than that, things are, we're just in standby mode on a couple things, and
Yep.
we're just catching up on hydrant flushing and tons of mystics coming in.
Thank you. Treasurer's report.
Okay, we have general fund, $3,088,099. The fire police fund is $730,795. The ambulance fund is $844,612. The Metro Act fund, which is the roads, is $53,738. The liquor law enforcement fund is at $20,000. The sewer fund is at $1,775,183. The water fund is $1,681,571. The current tax collection is $19,594. The payroll clearing is $148. And the milfoil is $4,111 for a total of $8,217,851.
Any questions for Tracy? Announcements and correspondence. Just a reminder, Hoosier Valley cleanup, June 22nd. Think we have it scheduled 9 to 2, but we'll do kind of what we did last year, and it's basically 9 until whenever our dumpsters are full. I received an email from a nonprofit group. Said they're out of Sutton's Bay. This woman is the founder and executive director of a nonprofit called Power Book Bags. And on June 25th, they would like to host their nonprofit's free literacy fair here at Township Park and Splash Pad. At this event, which they call Summer Power Days, we will give away free books. We will read, write, and play literacy games with the children from 10 to 11:30 a.m. So I emailed her back, all excited about that, because I thought that sounded really cool. She responded back, she's excited. She attached a certificate of their liability insurance. It's the first time in this area where they've hosted this event, but they like our park. So, that's cool.
Nicole, what did you say was that date?
June 25th,
Thank
from
you.
10 to 11:30 a.m. You guys all had a copy of the Garfield Township's notice of intent. I received a thank you from Green Lake Township Emergency Services, May 28, 2019, to the team of Blair Township Emergency Services. We want to express a huge thank you for your team at Blair Township EMS. Their quick response, helpful hands, and support need to be acknowledged. We were dispatched to a very difficult 911 call this week that entailed quick action and resources. This is funny. It's too bad she walked out of the room. Your team of Captain Matt Tallman, Dan Krepp, and Amy Wiggins. She is on every single call recognized today. responded without hesitation to help and assist our Green Lake EMS crew of medic Doug Fack, EMT Lisa Krebs, firefighter Alex Johnson, and Matt Hand. We will never be able to thank you all enough for a great job, well done, and a great teamwork to help make a difference in both of our communities. We are truly blessed and very grateful. We are always a heartbeat away from your Green Lake Township EMS neighbors. And this was a very difficult teenage medical emergency. That was a trauma emergency. That's all I have, I think. Does anybody else have anything?
Yeah, update on the movie night. Of course, the movie night's August 24th here, and I'm trying to work with about what movie, okay? I want to get more current movie. One is like How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World, which is just out PG. Dumbo, that will be out on DVD and Blu-ray June 25th. The new
Dumbo?
Yeah, the new Dumbo. That's PG. And then the Lego Movie 2, the second part.
Dumbo is PG?
Yeah.
Wow.
It all depends on how you look at it. I mean, are you looking for cheap or easy?
Look, your eyes open or closed?
I don't know. I don't watch movies, so I'm out
I
on
don't-
any
I
decision
don't
making in
either.
movies.
I
But
get-
Dumbo rated PG, it must have, I'm not even gonna say it, but that's weird.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't watch movies that much, and I don't really have my grandkids watch that much movies. I really don't. We got some of these old ones, so I mostly just Google what is the best movies on DVD, Blu-ray for children for 2019. So that comes up with these. Okay, what's available right now?
But, and again, I don't watch movies, so I really, but is a PG movie appropriate for a 6-year-old?
Yeah,
It is?
Yeah.
Okay.
my 4-year-old grandson, I
Okay.
would do PG. It's just parental guide. Once in a while, it might say some little word, and that's not what it is. Are they gonna hear it? How are they gonna hear from grandpa? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But they might hear other things from grandpa, but anyway. Yeah, PG's not bad. I was trying to figure out some G2, okay? Because you're right, my 4-year-old will be there, 4-year-old grandson, and then of course my 10-year-old grandson. So I'm trying to figure out something, I want something between, 2 years old up to 12, kind of what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
And this,
I think Dumbo would be good too.
would Dumbo would be good? I'm gonna put Dumbo as number 1 because it comes out June 25th. So we still have August and, so it should be, get the Blu-ray, the only DVD. I wanna get the Blu-ray because of course they're gonna have the Blu-ray player here and they're gonna project it out with a projector at 1080, okay? So I want something good and clear, I want this to be good. I wanna be proud of this. I want other people to be proud of this, okay? So we got that. Now, what I'd like to know too is last time I was not here. I think Lynette said, gave out tickets to give that,
Yeah,
to give away the movie.
we raffled off the movie after.
But what I'm wondering about is giving out little tickets, rubber tickets like you. Wouldn't it be neat to do that and then go talk to businesses, it can be Blair Township business or whatever, and get little teeny prizes, $10, $20, $25 gift certificates or whatever, and have a drawing after the movie. I mean, I would hit some businesses, anybody else wants to, they can. It doesn't have to be, of course, the Ricos, the Schmuckos, all these guys, And I've got some other ones that are not even in Blur that I know would donate to something. And would we want to do that? We do have a microphone. The microphone comes with us. If it's not loud enough, we can put a bullhorn, okay? So,
Well, then
I
let's do a musical.
can do the,
Did you think, would you want to do something like that too with this movie?
which is Trace.
Let's do a musical.
See what?
Let's do a musical, like Mamma Mia's.
No, not for children.
I personally don't think we need to do a raffle. We're starting the movie at dusk, it's dark after the movie. Let's get them out of there.
Okay, good. Now, the other thing I want to bring up, then, okay, that's good. I'm not quite sure.
Well-
Iffy for me.
I like the idea of raffling off the movie, but to go solicit donations to raffle off for movie night in the park, I mean, we hit our businesses up for the Halloween party,
Oh,
we hit them
God.
up for the Easter. So, I mean, we're offering a movie and
Good.
we do hot dogs or.
That's why I wanted to discuss it, and now I do, I want to discuss it.
That's just my opinion.
Good, okay, good. And I'm not part, in, on the movie, I don't care, because I plan on buying the movie. And if you even didn't want to raffle that off, no more, I'll keep it from, and put it in our RV for the grandkids. Might rain sometimes, okay? So, well, I mean, if you want to still, if Lynette's trying to let, if you still want to do that, raffle just the movie.
I don't care.
You don't care? Okay, that could be Halloween. Now, last time you guys did chocolate, which is not good. My thought was I try keeping it simple too, right? I'm trying to keep it simple. You got the popcorn thing, go popcorn, chips, water, whatever. Do we want to get anything more elaborate or not?
I can tell you, the last time we did this, there was, I can't remember how, I know Rodemaker, me, I remember who else was out there, but, with so many different choices, it was hard to keep up. The lines were getting pretty long,
Mhm.
because we used the Little League's concession stand.
Yeah.
And it was hotter than heck in there.
I know.
And once it got dark, the bugs got really bad. I think, like you say, hot dogs, popcorn, chips,
Okay.
water.
Got it.
I don't think we need to, I mean,
I don't know, I mean, you don't really, to me, even when I get just my family together for an hour, you never know what pop anybody wants, you know?
Right.
You think until you got this, and you end up with this left over, and not enough of this, you know, so, you know.
yeah,
So that's why I didn't, you know, I mean,
We could just do water and juice,
yeah.
yeah,
the juice like we do at the Halloween.
good,
park.
because, you know, the less sugar we give the kids, the better it is too. Don't know about your grandkids, but mine. Okay, good, so let's keep it simple, good. You said, somebody said hot dogs,
I think so, don't you?
popcorn, hot dogs, chips, water?
Juice.
Good, make it simple. More simple it is, better it is for me, cool. Okay, good. Anything else anybody wants to bring up about that, because, you know, we could keep going, because it's good to August.
Right, we have an audience member who does.
I just wondered about the parental guidance, about that category, PG. And does that mean the parents have to be there with the kids, or?
No,
No.
no. Parents don't have to be there with the kids at all. Hey, Bill.
I know I'm not a member of Blair, but I read a lot. I read on the average of 100 books a year. In 1947 or 48, when Disney, somewhere in that area, when Disney came out with Dumbo, it was advertised for children of all ages.
Mhm.
But I've read an article here a few months ago about the new Dumbo, is the reason why I got a PG rating is because during the movie, poor little Dumbo is bullied, and that's how it got its PG rating. But if you go back to Disney's original movie, he was bullied in the movie, that was before there was ratings, and it was just advertised for children of all ages. So that's something that a parent will have to work out themselves. Do they care that Dumbo was bullied because he overcomes it in the end, or don't they prefer not doing it? But again, that's how I got the PG rating.
I'm gonna have to watch it. because I do not want to endorse a movie where there's any type of bullying, in my opinion, in this day and age. I mean,
Yeah.
our teenage,
But the fact that he overcomes it is good, though.
it is,
It'll
but
show how he overcomes.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yeah, we've got time, right?
I don't remember, I just remember He had big ears.
Yeah.
Is that what he got
That's
bullied
why he
about?
got bullied.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was bullied.
I was
Kinda like-
thinking maybe
he
it was
was
PG for
different.
another reason.
Kind of like Rudolph and his red
Yeah,
nose.
Rudolph was picked on. What is the other one that the toys go to another
Misfit
island
toys.
because Santa stays the
Santa
toys?
Claus and the Island
Which
Lost
is
Toys.
2-year-old and watch it, yeah.
I mean, if you looked at the movie Rudolph Red-Nosed Reindeer today, the original one was Burl Ives, you would look at it and think it's a wonderful movie. But if they were gonna rate it today because of Rudolph being bullied, they would give it a PG rating. So when I say bullied, it wasn't where people are beating on him, throwing things, it just, they were making fun of him, and that in today's language is considered bullying.
Huh.
Our generations have
Can't we just
changed.
do like Charlotte's Web?
Didn't they make fun of Spider?
Do the
Well, what I
dragon
want to do
one.
is something that people would want to see more current, you know,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And,
Let's get Maria's opinion too.
By the
Okay.
way, guys,
She
I
looks
just
at
looked
these.
up, the dragon one has higher ratings on Rotten Tomatoes. The dragon one, the How to Train Your Dragon, the
Yeah, part
Secret
two.
World. Yeah, it's got higher ratings, just for information.
Yeah, again, I don't watch movies.
I know the kids love that one.
I liked it, so, yeah.
Anything else, Coach?
Nope, but I'll tell you one thing, anybody got any questions, anything, even the audience can, email me, we can still keep it going. We, you know, on this movie, we can still keep discussing it.
Yeah.
Because we can even get the movie on, since it's August 24th, we can also get the movie August 22nd, no problem. I work better under pressure, okay? And with 10 cups of coffee. Anyway, okay, anybody else got any other questions? They don't? Thank you. Okay.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Carl.
Anybody else have any announcements, correspondence? Consent calendar. The purpose of the consent calendar is to expedite business by grouping non-controversial items together to be dealt with in one board motion without discussion. Any member of the public, board, or staff may ask that any item of the consent calendar be removed and placed elsewhere on the agenda for full discussion. Such requests will be automatically respected.
I'd make a motion to approve the consent calendar as presented.
Nicole, I believe I'm supposed to pull the emergency services report.
It's funny you say that because
I think I'm punting, I'm going in here, so.
Okay, he didn't ask me to pull it, he didn't probably figure he was gonna be on a call, but I actually was gonna pull it out because I wanted to make sure that everybody had read it, so. You
I'd
still,
make a motion to approve the consent calendar without the Blair Township Emergency Service report.
Support.
it's been moved and supported to pull the emergency services report from the consent calendar.
No, to approve.
To approve the consent calendar without the emergency services report. Any discussion?
Why are, do you know why we're removing it?
I have an update on the engine that we didn't have at the time of
No.
the report.
Whenever you're ready.
Oh, are we doing a roll call?
We don't have to. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I even highlighted mine. Do you want to give us a,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Sorry with Eric not being here, we're kind of lined up to see where we're at here. So, at the time Eric wrote the report, we did not have an update on the engine, but since then we have received that. We received a phone call. There was a delay. The steering wheel was back ordered for several weeks. If you remember, that steering wheel controls the headlights, wipers, and stuff like that. So it was very critical that the steering wheel, if it wasn't delayed too much, that gets installed down to Charlotte. That way, when it got drove out to South Dakota, that all that stuff was operational. Otherwise, they were gonna have to figure out how to get that stuff operational. So the steering wheel came in, it was installed, The engine is out in Charlotte now. The body is the back part of the engine is being put together. We have scheduled June 30th and the 1st and 2nd to go out for the final inspection with that engine out in South Dakota. While we're out there, barring any major issues, and since because of that issues, they're putting the graphics on out in South Dakota to help speed up the process. CSI has contracted a driver that will have it back here around the 5th of July. Still in timeline with some things that we had it scheduled for, as long as there was nothing major that we found when we get out there. Training on the pump and the new engine has been scheduled the end of July. The staff will be attending one of 4 different training sessions to do the new operations of the pump with the CAS system, which is a different pump than we currently have here, plus the driving operator with that. So not exactly when we were hoping for, but things come up and we're still within the contract date of receiving it on time, or the contract date, sorry.
Good, very good.
And with that, we have had a couple juvenile fire setters of some small wildland stuff lately. And we are referring them to the juvenile fire setter program that we're a part of, and they're being dealt with the sheriff's department. Is helping us out with that too, but the program is going well, and we've referred quite a few as of several weeks with that. So, and thankfully the rain has come to help kind of calm that stuff down. So, unless somebody has any questions, that's what I have for the emergency services report.
Thank you.
And I just wanted to point out on the emergency services report, the fourth paragraph, a thank you to everyone who helped with EMS Appreciation Week. The crews appreciated it, the new staff to Blair Township Emergency Services were amazed by the appreciation from the Township Board of Trustees. I do not believe that they have ever experienced that before. It made them so happy to be it makes them so happy to be part of the Blair Township team. And I want to thank Tracy for coordinating the meal plan and signing those of us up that we provided lunch, dinner, breakfast for the whole week of EMS appreciation for the crews that were on duty, and we took turns preparing, and so thank you for
Yes.
always coordinating that for us.
Yeah, so-
And it was fun, the crews were grateful.
Mhm.
Yeah. Have you ever had that before?
No, it's the first time I've ever experienced that. We really do appreciate it. It was very thoughtful. So,
Cool.
thank you.
Thank you. It was fun.
It was fun to eat with them too.
So do we want to approve the emergency services report now?
Yes.
Motion to approve the emergency services report.
It's been moved and supported to approve the Blair Township Emergency Services report. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unfinished business, none. New business. Here we go with all these resolutions, guys. I'm ready to catch up with us.
Okay, couple months ago, we adopted the new master plan. And apparently, we were supposed to do that by resolution, so we're doing that now.
I would make a motion to approve resolution number 2019-09 to adopt the master plan.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve resolution 2019-09, resolution of adoption of the master plan for Blair Township. Any discussion? Roll call.
Zeitz,
Yes.
Fleece,
Yes.
Wolfgang, yes. Kuchera,
Yes.
Blondstein,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
Look at you.
Yeah, yeah.
Item B, resolution 2019-10 to set the supervisor's salary.
I'd make a motion to approve resolution 2019-10 to set the supervisor's salary.
Support.
been moved and supported to adopt resolution 2019-10 to set the supervisor's salary. Whenever you're ready.
Fleece,
Yes.
Wolfgang, yes. Kuchera,
Yes.
Blondshine,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
And Zeitz.
Yes.
Item Sue. Item Sue. C.
Oh, yeah.
Resolution 2019-11 to set the clerk's salary.
I make a motion to approve resolution 2012-11.
No. 2019.
2019-11, resolution set township clerk's salary.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to adopt resolution 2019-11 to set the township clerk's salary.
Wolfgang, yes. Kuchera,
Yes.
Blondshine,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
Zeitz.
Yes.
And Fleece.
Yes.
Item D, resolution 2019-12 to set treasurer's salary.
I make a motion to accept resolution 2019-12 to set the treasurer's salary.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve resolution 2019-12 to set the treasurer's salary.
Kuchera,
Yes.
Blondshine,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Zeitz,
Yes.
Fleece,
Yes.
and Wolfgang, yes.
Item E, resolution 2019-13 to set first trustee's salary.
I'd make a motion for resolution 2019-13 to set the first trustee's salary.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve resolution 2019-13, resolution to set township first trustee's salary.
Blondshine,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Zeitz,
Yes.
Fleece,
Yes.
Wolfgang, yes. And Kuchera.
Yes.
Item F, resolution 2019-14 to set second trustee's salary.
I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution 2019-14, resolution set township second trustee's salary.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve resolution 2019-14, resolution to set second trustee's salary.
Campbell,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
Zeitz,
Yes.
Fleece,
Yes.
Wolfgang, yes. Kuchera,
Yes.
and Blondshine.
Item, yes, sorry.
You gotta get paid, huh?
Item G, resolution 2019-15 to set third trustee's salary.
I make a motion to okay resolution 2019-15 to set third trustee's salary.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve resolution 2019-15, resolution to set township third trustee's salary.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Zeitz.
Yes.
Fleece,
Yes.
Wolfgang, yes. Kuchera,
Yes.
Blondshine,
Yes.
and Campbell.
Yes.
Item H, resolution 2019-16 to set fourth trustee's salary.
I'd make a motion to approve resolution 2019-16 to set fourth trustee's salary.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve resolution 2019-16, resolution to set township's fourth trustee's salary.
Zeitz,
Yes.
Fleece,
Yes.
Wolfgang, yes. Kuchera,
Yes.
Blondshine,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
Item I, resolution 2019-17 to set employee wages.
I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution 2019-17, resolution for township employees' wages.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve resolution 2019-17, resolution township employees' wages.
Fleece,
Yes.
Wolfgang, yes. Kuchera,
Yes.
Blondshine,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
and Zeitz.
Yes.
Item J, Resolution 2019-18, to set bank depositories.
I'd make a motion to approve Resolution 2019-18 to set bank depositories.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to adopt Resolution 2019-18, resolution to set bank depositories.
Wolfgang, yes. Kuchera,
Yes.
Blondstein,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Zeitz,
Yes.
and Fleece.
Yes.
Item K, Resolution 2019-19, General Appropriation Act.
I'd like to make a motion to approve Resolution 2019-19 for General Appropriations Act Resolution.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve Resolution 2019-19, General Appropriation Act Resolution.
Kuchera,
Yes.
Blondstein,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Zeitz,
Yes.
Fleece,
Yes.
and Wolfgang, yes.
Item L, Resolution 2019-20, to set cemetery prices and fees.
I make a motion to approve resolution 2019-20 to, resolution to townships, cemeteries, prices and fees.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve Resolution 2019-20, the resolution to set township cemetery prices and fees.
Blondstein,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Zeitz,
Yes.
Fleece,
Yes.
Wolfgang, yes, and Kuchera.
Yes.
Item M, Resolution 2019-21, to adopt the meeting schedule for the fiscal year of 2019-2020.
I'd like to make a motion to approve Resolution 2019-21, resolution to adopt schedule of meetings for 2019-2020 fiscal year.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve Resolution 2019-21, the resolution to adopt schedule of meetings for 2019-2020 fiscal year.
Campbell,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Zeitz,
Yes.
Fleece,
Yes.
Wolfgang, yes, Kuchera,
Yes.
Blondstein.
Yes. Item N, fiscal year 2019-2020 schedule of fees.
I make a motion to approve the schedule of fees for fiscal year 2019-2020.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve the fiscal year 2019-2020 schedule of fees. Any discussion?
We don't have to do a roll
All in favor?
Aye.
call. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item O, 2019-2020 holiday schedule.
I'd make a motion to support fiscal year 2019-2020 holiday schedule.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve the fiscal year 2019-2020 holiday schedule for non-union employees.
Do they still have the floating holiday? Or did we cut that?
Didn't I put that on there?
No.
This is our discussion time, so that's perfect. So add. Did everybody hear that?
No.
Remember at budget time, we talked about the floating holiday?
Oh, yeah.
We approved a floating holiday.
So, you changing your motion, Dennis?
No, okay, I'm just to
To
include a floating holiday.
Sorry, I left it
You still support that motion, whoever supported it?
Yes.
Sites.
Been moved and supported to approve the fiscal year 2019-2020 holiday schedule with the addition of the floating holiday. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item P, adoption of the 2019-2020 liquor law budget.
I'd make a motion to adopt the fiscal year 2019-2020 liquor law budget.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to adopt the fiscal year 2019-2020 liquor law budget.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Zeitz.
Yes.
Fleece,
Yes.
Wolfgang, yes. Kuchera,
Yes.
Longshine,
Yes.
Campbell.
Yes.
Item Q, adopt fiscal year 2019-2020 Silver Lake milfoil budget.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt the fiscal year 2019-2020 Silver Lake Milfoil budget.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to adopt the fiscal year 2019-2020 Silver Lake milfoil budget.
Zeitz,
Yes.
Fleece,
Yes.
Wolfgang, yes. Kuchera,
Yep.
Longshine,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
Item R, adopt the fiscal year 2019-2020 Metro Act fund budget.
I'd make a motion to adopt the fiscal year 2019-2020 Metro Act fund budget.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to adopt the fiscal year 2019-2020 Metro Act fund budget.
Fleece,
Yes.
Wolfgang, yes. Kuchera,
Yes.
Longshine,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
and Zeitz.
Yes.
You know, but we need Bill for this next one if you leave, because Eric's not. Alright. I'll see if I can find it. Okay.
Thank you.
Like a moment of silence.
Yeah. Quiet is good. That was so lovely, what they spoke about. That was just so nice.
Was it?
You know, about saving people and delivering babies. This gentleman here who's with us now who wouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
You know, I just have this good, kind, happy feeling in my stomach right now because of that. That is truly nice.
I'm a little concerned about being in Blair Township when Amy's on duty, though.
I did notice that as soon as Amy left, three men walked in behind her.
Yeah.
Normal, or?
Yeah. Yeah, she
Sorry,
apparently
he's-
attracts.
He's almost
attracts
back,
calls.
so we're gonna jump to the next item and come back to this.
Okay. Item T, summer 2019 newsletter.
Really nice, except the back page.
I typed up my back page today, so I'll get with Tracy this week. I can fill that back page up
Yeah.
easy. And then, but there's some typos, but we'll just do it.
Okay.
We always do, and I'll sit down next to you. I don't know if anybody else had any typos.
I had already given
Yeah.
Mine to Tracy Johnston's.
Well, I thought it was well done. Tracy, thank you.
Motion to approve the 2019 summer newsletter.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve the summer 2019 newsletter. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item U, deputy clerk position. Our deputy clerk is leaving?
Yep, she has put in her 2 weeks' notice. I sent an ad to the Record Eagle today. It's gonna run Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
If they get it right.
Yeah. I also put it on Indeed today. It's on our website.
Okay.
But we had budgeted, for $16.50 an hour for Amanda. I think, probably start them out at $15.50 and with a possible 50-cent raise in 90 days. Well, I just want to see what everybody thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, hopefully this one will be my last one.
And I just want to say, Amanda's reasoning is because the township business hours don't work for her
For daycare.
with daycare and her little children.
Okay.
That one isn't even in school yet. And
Yeah,
the 7:30 doesn't work for her.
Yeah, I understand.
which, I mean, she knew when she accepted the position, but I guess she thought she could,
Well, yeah, life changes
Yeah.
and she's had some changes,
Yeah.
so. That was her reasoning, but
Yeah.
attendance was becoming an issue for her and
yes.
so.
And I explained, I could not continue to let her not work 40 hours a week and continue to pay her
Right.
because she had used all her personal and vacation. Or, well, she didn't have any vacation, but she had used all her person. And it's not fair to the other employees.
No, it's not fair to you either.
No. So that's that.
All right,
Okay.
moving on, extended public input.
First of all, I hope you will put that book giveaway up on the sign out here. I know I always look for those things there and your little sayings and so forth. I like them. When I go by, I like them. What I want to do is mainly respond to Mr. Klaus because while what he said was technically correct, he left out an awful lot. There's an old saying, there's lies, damned lies, and statistics. And he gave you statistics and left out a whole bunch more. When people comment, they are not simply commenting on the time. They're talking about the airport clear cutting, about the needle exchange program that was put, they did not accept $50,000 that the health department could have certainly used. He does not, comments on the ethics committee, comments on the chair being the only person who can put items on the agenda. The Mary Maroy problem where they tried to appoint somebody who was not nearly as qualified and experienced as she was. The goal setting, people were talking about, I gave input on the things that I thought would have been so important for them to include in their goal setting. The tribal grant funding, when they refused to go ahead and do that and then had to have a special meeting shortly thereafter. Those things are all being commented on. The next thing that's happened is they are simply listing people's names and not saying what they commented on, whether they were for something, whether they were against something or anything. So they used to go ahead and do it on the minutes and they'd say Linda Pepper against not appointing Mary Maroy. I mean, they would go ahead and say something like that. Now they're just people's names. The reason people are there is because there's a perception that they don't want us there, that they are particularly do not want us to know what they are doing. And because of that, there's quite a few people in this county that are angry about that. And I also can tell you that the 2 indivisible chapters have adopted the Board of Commissioners as something that we're going to watch and monitor very closely. And because we have been talking about it, we have been putting things out on our Facebook pages and in our emails, there's a lot more coverage of what's going on in the county commission. Personally, I will tell you, I have walked out of there one meeting where I wasn't upset by things that they had done. So I don't like to go behind someone's back when Mr. Claus is not here to respond. I assure you I will put this in an email to all of the commissioners, and I will also put it in, send a letter to the editor to both the Record Eagle and the Northern Express. Yeah, I can't remember their name. Anyway, I will do that. But I just wanted you to know there was a lot more to that story than 3 people going to the meetings before and 10 people going to the meetings now. And I'm out in the community talking to people, and there is not a very good perception of this Board of Commissioners and their behavior. So just somebody needed to go ahead and stand up and say that. You know, I'm not an unpleasant and unkind person, but I just can't let that stuff go by. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Eric, you came back.
I did.
Hi. Great ceremony.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
Nice speech.
Nice.
And you didn't have to. No, you talked in front of everybody.
I got all dressed up for somebody puking.
Did you write that whole thing? That was well done.
It was.
Very well done.
Was Justin's name really easy?
Yes.
And Robbie is Presbolinski.
Presbilski.
Presbolinski.
Parker can't pronounce it, so it was everybody's first last name and just Robbie. So I said, could you say Robbie's last name? We're backing up to hire 1 part-time emergency services employee.
Since I wrote that, we've had 2 applicants for paid on call numbers. So we'd like to hire Jared Ornelas as a part-time paramedic firefighter, and Tyler Francisco and Russell Flicker as paid on call numbers, all pending background investigations. We sent them to investigate for the background checks, and because of some changes at the sheriff's department, there's been a delay on that, so.
What was the other paid on call, not Russell Flicker? No, that's a
Tylus,
cool name.
Tylus,
Tyler, what was his last name?
Francisco.
Okay. I would make a motion to hire Jared Nellis as part-time paramedic firefighter, and Russell Flicker and Tyler Francisco as paid on call emergency services employees.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to hire Jared Bernellis as a part-time paramedic firefighter, and Tyler Francisco and Russell Flicker as on-call emergency services employees.
Who's supported that?
Roger.
Roger.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
Any more extended public input?
Parker, give an update on that?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Can I still?
Yes. Yeah.
I just was wondering if you would need any help or volunteers for the movie night.
Yes.
How many?
Huh?
How many volunteers would you like to have?
Just like, what was that?
How many volunteers would you be looking to have?
I've never done this before, so probably as many as we can get. We're talking about 5 to 10 more volunteers, that'd be great.
I'll work on it.
Okay? Yeah, Dennis, you can use one of them as your substitute, okay?
Make a motion to adjourn before the clerk has a syncopal episode. Go ahead, Bill.
I'm not a member of Blair Township, so I don't need this put on the record, but I do have a question I ask it wherever I go. With the idiots that passed the marijuana law in this state, are you as a township or any of the townships going to put a fee, a tax, whatever you want to call it, on any and every item infused with cannabis? I know the county is doing licensing, but could you like do a surtax or whatever to put a fee on it and have the fee come back to your township to be put into your fire and emergency rescue? Because places like Denver and Colorado, their emergency calls went up 48%.
Yeah, the state would not allow us to do that, and Blair Township, specifically Blair, we opted out of recreational marijuana facilities and medicinal marijuana facilities, so we're out.
So the Family Fair group is not in your district, in your township, Family Fair Video.
Family video?
Yes,
Or Family Video, not Family Fair,
Yeah,
Family
Yes,
Video.
it is. It is.
Because they are selling something called CBD oil, which is cannabis oil, and now they're in the gummy bears. If they're in your township, then they should be shut down.
Non-THC.
And it's probably not, their CBD oil is sold in health stores everywhere. It doesn't have the THC. It's just a derivative of hemp is what they're using, but it doesn't have anything that you're gonna get high on or anything, so.
What about the gummy bears?
I don't know what's in gummy bears.
I don't either.
I'll have to look at
That's
that.
been
I'll
big
go
in
and
other
buy some.
states.
So are they
They've had trouble
selling
with
edibles?
people bringing them home,
I don't
and the children getting into them, not realizing they're not candy.
So they're selling gummy bears at Family
They
Video?
just had it on their sign the other day.
Well, I'll go in there, buy some.
For research.
Yeah, we'll look into that. If they indeed are selling THC infused gummy bears, edible marijuana, they are in violation of and we can shut them down.
See, my biggest concern in my lifetime, I have had two very close friends that started out in marijuana and wound up dying both from hot shots of heroin because their high never was good enough for marijuana anymore. And a good friend of mine at church, his brother 2 years ago died from an overdose of heroin who started out on marijuana. Marijuana to me is just a stepping stone.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I'm kind of boisterous and loud, and if I
No,
miss
that's okay.
anybody, I want to apologize.
We did
You're
this,
a miracle person. You're allowed.
That's right.
we did opt out though. We're one of the townships in Grand Traverse County that chose not to have it here in our township.
I can't understand Family Fair advertising regular gummy bears, so
Yeah.
it doesn't sound right.
We'll check it out.
Yeah. We're done.
Thank you, I'm sorry for interrupting.
No problem. Thank you.
Well,
Yeah.